Hello, hello. What's up, Marco? Hey, Todd, how are you?
Good, Pat. How are you?
Doing all right, doing all right.
All right. Good.
There we go. Now we got some people coming in. Look at that. One or two people. All right. How's your new year shaping up?
Shaping up good.
Awesome.
Seems like forever since New Year.
Yeah.
It's been what? Not even
Well, I mean,
not even 2 weeks yet.
yeah, I know. January's about half over. So there we go. So
Oh boy.
yeah.
Hey Pat,
Huh.
Marco, how's it going?
Hey, Ryan, how you doing?
Doing well.
Good, good, good. All right. That's just a second here. We got lots of wow, all the note takers. We have all the note takers trying to join. Might be a light evening here if we got nothing but note takers. So, oh, well, welcome aboard, Ryan.
Yeah, excited. I think I saw the Review Genius system at a summit like last year. So figured it was just time. 2026.
Last
Why
year,
not?
yeah, like it was like what October, November, or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Well, we have some updates coming. We're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff here soon. Like Alok is on travel, so as soon as he gets back home, we're going to dive in and just start doing some cool updates. So got a few things planned.
Got it.
So
Looking forward
yeah,
to it.
yep. So um, let's see. Well, right now it's just us. So who's got wins?
Now my cards are showing up this week. They were delivered from China
Oh, fantastic! They
or
finally
shipped.
finally made it over.
They were really pretty quick because I ordered them on see what. So I wrangled it over the weekend of the first, got
Hmm.
all the assets together, got them to them, and they're already shipped.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they're usually fairly quick. About 2 weeks is about as long as I've had to wait, and I'm
Okay.
actually down to a small stack about this big, so I need to like start looking at ordering some more here real soon.
Yeah, they
So
quote like 30 days or whatever. And
yeah.
they were very fast to respond to everything, like almost too fast. I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, let me get that together.
Yeah.
Let
You're
me
all
get back
set
to
up
you.
though, right? Ready to
They're
start
they're
registering
they're,
cards?
they're coming. They showed me a picture. I think I followed everything to the T. Should be good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
Good, good,
what
good.
question about the cards? So there's a few different card styles in the Canva doc. There
Hmm.
wasn't like a step-by-step like ordering process. So I wasn't sure how the QR codes get on the card if that.
They print those in real time. So you just leave a spot for the QR code, and that PDF that you send to them, they should be able to follow along with that. So you just like it says like QR code goes here. So every one of those is every QR code is going to be unique. So just like the card ID. So you should be
I,
good.
I can kind of outline what I did because I just did it. So I followed the stuff from Pat, and he had an example one. He said, send this doc to him that has like the instructions with the example one that had a QR code. And I took a picture of my design and I slapped in a QR code in it. But I followed Pat's template as part of my example, just to say where he had a little red arrow, I copied all that exactly. I said, this is where the QR code goes. Um, and I confirmed like they're pretty responsive, but I think they got it.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they've done enough of these for other people that that we've sent to them that I think they got it figured out. So,
How many people have set up the process so far? How many?
oh gosh, how many people are in the community? Let me look here real quick. Now, of course, like sadly, we have some people jump in and then they never do anything. But um, but let's see here. We got about 160 people in the Review Genius group. So not bad. But yeah, we've got guys in New Zealand, basically everywhere, just all over the place. Great Britain, New Zealand, all over the globe. Just
So you said you were teasing what was coming. You're gonna kind of let a couple cats of the bag, something like that.
well, we got so I made myself a nifty images uh knockoff that everybody like I'm going to be selling it like just really super low ticket to everybody not in Review Genius, but Review Genius guys, everybody gets that because it's going to help you with review campaigns. So and then another one is we're going to be doing I'm about halfway through the code getting the Google Wallet passes built, and then once I test that and it works, then I'm going to move over and get the Apple Wallet pass set up. And Apple is like getting set up and verified with Apple is a nightmare. So I'm working through their developer stuff to get whitelisted and everything. So once we do that, we'll have a white label system where you can give out the physical cards, but then you can also issue wallet passes that have their QR code on there as well that go to the reviews. So that's
Interesting.
another
So
thing we're going to be adding. And then we're going to be adding like an updated sales funnel, some more random note, random tools and things like that, some GPTs and stuff that kind of helps more with local SEO in addition to the review stuff. Because kind of what I've been doing is I've been kind of like I've been doing the reviews, but I'm also veering into local SEO because the reviews actually, kind of play along with, getting the GVP ranked. So, I've had people, I ask like once we get the reviews done, like, well, what else can I do? So I started looking into it and like, well, I mean, there's lots of stuff you can optimize the GVP and then, either reselling merchant or Aldus local is my choice now. Um, and it does all of the automated, optimization of the GBP and all that, does the heat maps and sends them the reports and the traffic reports and things like that. So it makes everything a little more sticky as well. Plus, it's a heck of an upsell.
Merchant was the call that someone I think it was about a year ago that walked through the AI tool that
Yeah,
streamlines.
yeah, it's pretty similar. I can kind of show you what we're doing with Aldus because I've got a few clients on Aldus, and let me see here. Man, we are going to have a light evening. It's like 5 minutes after. Everybody's just kind of nobody's showing up today. Well, we had it last week too. So, but this is Aldus, and this is just a plumbing client that we got. The cool thing that I like about Aldus is you basically can set up all your keywords, and it will start working on ranking for those keywords with the working those into the posts and everything. But you'll notice, like over here, like these guys, they've really started ranking here. Like we did have a really large area, and like this is the cool thing about the maps. You'll notice that the heat maps are not a grid, where you can actually set up a polygon, drive time, or a radius, which is really cool because drive time is literal. Like it you said like I want a 15 or 20-minute drive time around the location, and it actually looks at the Google map and figures out what's 15 minutes from them as opposed to just a radius. And so you can generate these reports, and they get these reports. So you'll see it's not actually a circle, and they're out here in a little town south of Kansas City, and so they're kind of not ranking as much in Olathe, but this is just like which is where I'm at. This is just a 15-minute drive time, and now that they're turning fully green, like you'll notice that in their area, they're ranking number one for sewer cleaning, and because they're a little more industrial uh, plumber. But it also shows you all of the competitors as well. I don't know if I can't remember if Merchant does that, but it gives you all of the information about the keyword, the competition, everything else like that, and then it does it for all of your basically all of your keywords, and it generates weekly and monthly reports. And then they've got their business assistant that can go and answer old reviews. So it's got a whole bunch of old reviews to answer here. It generates the posts as well. It comes up with topics, and it can actually come up automatically with its target regions. So if you give it a drive time, it basically comes up with, you know, the town that it needs to dominate. And then what's cool is once it gets that area and that map turns green like we've got on some of those keywords, then I can increase the drive time area, and it starts working on the outer rim as well because it's doing less work, you know, getting that done, which is cool. Um, you can actually look at your competitors over here and see what everybody else is doing. Um, they have a website optimizer. So if you know how HighLevel has Search Atlas, and everybody hates it, and I don't think it's all HighLevel's fault. It's just I have never heard anything good about Search Atlas, but these guys actually have a web optimizer that like basically shims between you know, search and your website, and it bolts on all of the missing schema. It does lazy load. It does, you know, converts all the images to WebP, basically everything it needs to do to optimize and make things faster. And they do have this coming soon where they're going to actually have blogs where it's going to be automatically generating blogs for you, location pages, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. So that's coming. I've got to hook this client up. We just got them off a different host that was giving them problems. So we gotta hook them up. But you know, it's got the media upload, so I can actually use the client media tool like this, and they have this link on the home screen of their phone, so when they go out to a job they can take pictures, upload. um, and then of course it's got all the reporting and everything like that. So this is kind of the weekly report that they get. Says here's how, you know, here's how everything's moved up, and this is what's going on. And then every month it actually does a monthly snapshot, and it shows them basically all the traffic, what's been going on with the directions in the search, what keywords are showing up here, what they're showing up for, and then it shows gives them a clickable report for basically everything. So they can come in here and see, you know, what they're looking at as far as their ranking goes, and you know, see how things are shaping up every month. So it gives them all those settings. If you come down to business settings and you edit, you know, let's see. Oh, actually, if you edit the Google Business profile like this, you can actually lock the profile. So once you're done with it, it'll actually reject any changes. So if you have a competitor come in and do, you know, suggested changes to the phone number or something else like that, or saying it's temporarily closed, it'll actually reject those listings. And that's a pretty nice feature. So once you've got your settings and everything done, it'll keep it locked. Um, and let's see what else is in here. Yeah, that's about it for it. But so it basically does keyword search for maps, and then they also do local search here as well to see what you're showing up for as far as, you know, your various keywords and things like that. So yeah, they got some pretty cool stuff here built into this little tool. And I kind of like the interface better because you notice like you don't have to log in like with Page. You had to log into every section via Google and all that. And this just, you log in once and you're in and you're good to go. And then also, if I want to come back over here, I can generate prospecting maps for somebody like this. Like this is like down here. Let me see who we got. Who do we got want to come in? Dan wants to come in. All right, we'll let Dan in. No note takers though. Ta-da, there we go. And so yeah, so you can actually you know, view the maps and see how different people show up, and you can actually send this report to somebody and show them how they're showing up. So that's pretty cool. So that is what we're using in addition to Review Genius. So, and it's costs you like 59 bucks per GBP. So people are typically reselling it 497. So decent little ROI.
One time or per month, or how's that work?
Oh, per month. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Can the people see the dashboard like you originally showed it?
They get the reports. So
That's it.
you
Okay.
give them the media upload link, and then they get the reports to see just exactly what's going on. So, but yeah, they don't get the dashboard. I don't want them in there messing with keywords. So,
Interesting.
so we will probably have a webinar with those guys here probably in the next week or so, I think. So
Which guys?
the Aldous.
Oh, nice.
Yep. We'll see what we can do.
What's up, Jenna?
Yep.
What are you doing in here?
Just hanging out.
I got my cards in today. Yes, last night.
Oh, nice.
How do I set them up?
Wait, what do you mean set them up? Did you
How
not
do
set
I-
them up?
What?
How did you? What do you mean by how do I set them up?
How do I get them to work?
Do you have the did you get the like the location installed and stuff and the subdomains and everything set up?
I think so.
Okay, so I thought we did.
Does your card have a QR code on it?
Yes,
Scan
I-
it.
Scan it.
I did.
and where does
Where's
it
it
where does
go?
it go?
to the funnel page
The
that we set
activation
up.
the activation page?
I think so. Yeah,
Well, does it say activate a card?
Look, what do you mean?
I think so.
Where's
It's
it
been a whole
go?
day since I activated it.
Jenna,
I have way too many things going on right now in my head.
I
Okay.
guess so.
Okay, activate one or more cards.
Okay,
now what?
Oh, thank God. Okay, so yeah. So what you need to do is if you type in your name, last name, email, whatever.
Okay,
you
so
can-
we can model this out on my husband's business, right? So
Yeah,
I
go
can put
ahead
in
and
his stuff in
yeah,
there and put.
share your screen.
I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. So all right. So if you put in his information,
Okay.
and then you should be able to go to the next step in the survey, and like
Okay.
right up at the very top says find my business on Google. Start typing in his business, and it should, if he's on if he's got the GBP, like if his wife is any good at this stuff, have a GBP. So you can search for his business, and it should show in the drop down, and you can select it. You click on it, and
Okay.
it should populate the rest of the form.
Okay, and air fetching business.
Okay, so we'll have to get on to Zoom, and we can show you. It's basically it's a permissions problem with your Google API key.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, at least it goes to the right page when you scan it.
You are
So
right.
that's good. So
What's
we
his
just need to
business
get
name?
that-
Window decor. I can send it to you, Dan.
And it's in Indiana?
You're correct.
America Place Drive?
You're right. Mhm.
Yeah. So it's you bought the broken version. You have to buy new cards.
Yep.
Oh
I'll bring it.
man.
Yeah, you're out.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. So you get the API thing, it'll work fine.
Yep. Yeah, I just helped somebody set up all their API stuff today. So it's pretty quick after you get the API set up.
So we had a home show in our area this last weekend, and I was like, "Oh, I hope they're in by then." You know,
what?
they got in the next day after it's over.
Well, there's always home shows. There's always
I know, but it was just funny.
Yeah, but when you do get it ready for the home show, then what you do is there's in the community there is a post about Brave browser. So when you look for that, install Brave browser and go through all the settings, so that way when you're at the home show, you can activate cards for people, because I gave some cards out at networking today, and they did everything wrong, and so I had to actually go back and manually activate the cards because they didn't type everything in right, and set them up. So if you can, if you have your little Brave browser on your phone, you basically pop it open, activate the card right there. They get to see the little spinner go, and then see the little green check mark that it's ready to go, and then you tap it on your phone and go, boom, there it is right there. I can leave you a review. So
Cool.
Let me
then
ask
they
you
freak
something
out
though
and they
on that. Like I do that right in Safari.
yeah.
Well, I don't like why Brave browser.
Because with Brave browser, it's like the Brave browser, I just have it set. It's a privacy browser and all that. So I just have it set so that it absolutely just forgets all cache. It does zero caching, zero cookies, zero
Okay.
nothing. So when you close it down, it basically dumps all the data. And so if I pop it up again, there's no chance of me getting ghost data in from a different company or having it remember, because if you tap the card, it pops up in Safari, and then usually it's cached. And
Okay.
so and then that way, if you activate the card and you tap it again, it's most likely going to go to the activation page instead of redirect to the actual GBP, because Safari and are actually mobile browsers are notorious for caching as much as possible, because you know you're mobile, and so it'll cache that data for forever. So if you try to show them like, look, it's activated, and it goes right back to the activation page, you look like a chump. So I use Brave Browser, and then you can tap it, and it opens up in Google. So that's basically it. And yeah, Ryan, it's got we got we do have a review campaign that we're going to build out that's going to be more AI based and conversational. And that's kind of, let me show you like what we're doing with the um, personalized images. Just a second. Let me go over to. So Dan, while I'm pulling this up, I used that personality change that you did, a personality prompt on the system tools, or for
Mm-hmm.
the system prompt, and put it in there for my plumber's AI bot, AI voice, and she loved it. It's
Oh, I
yeah.
thought I sent you the one that was going to break it. Damn.
Nope. It worked
Yeah.
just fine.
It makes a big difference, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, it's a little more short and more official, but like she was saying, like, well, it just talks too much, so it was getting too chatty. And so, yeah, she turned it back on. She got 5 calls. 2 were like less than 10 seconds, so they were probably sales calls. And then the rest of them, like it just crushed it. Got all the information, got everything. One guy's like, "Can I talk to a human?" And it was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is all. This is what you get because or you get me because they're already on the phone, and I'll take your information, and a human will call you back." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then that was it. So she's like, "Oh God, oh my?" It's like it's one call.
I'll
Just
tell you
calm down.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if you do this, but it's real easy to set up. I do what I call is incomplete call text back. So if somebody hangs up on the bot and the note, the summary
Yeah.
will add a note to the contact, and the built-in GHL summary will say the call was incomplete.
Hmm.
If the note contains incomplete, I have a GPT disposition that I built that will shoot them a text, say, hey, sorry you had trouble interacting with our automated system.
Hmm.
Do you want us to call you back, or can we help you via text?
Yeah.
Now, my windshield guy has all kinds of people text back to that because they just send the VIN number.
Yeah.
But the peace of mind, like I think it's bullshit, but the peace of mind that it gave my windshield guy, he's
Hmm.
like, oh, cool. If they hang up, they'll get a text because they had missed call text back already. He's like, oh, that's awesome. So to him, it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So you might want to
I'll
say
have
that
to,
to
yeah, I'll
her.
have to look at it, because I mean, right now I have call recording on, and so it's like, hey, can I help you? And then nothing. So I mean, like it's 4 seconds, 6 seconds on the call. So if they're gonna hang up, I'm like, well, not really too
Well, you
worried
can
about
tweak the disposition to find out, like,
it.
hey, it wasn't just a hang up. The custom GPT in the workflows will determine, like, because now you have call duration. There's a
Yeah.
whole
Hmm.
bunch of different actions or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
actions in the workflows.
Yep.
So you could probably tweak it to be
Well, now
more.
the voice AI call duration, like basically what you would have to do there, because that's not available. Like if you did it based off of a note being added, then you could you could basically add just the whole note and then add GPT, pull that apart. But um if you just do voice, because voice AI, like the voice AI variables aren't available unless that you actually trigger the workflow, right? From the phone. Like once the call ends, it calls the workflow, then those voice AI variables are available, right?
Let
Let me look this
me
up.
hop in and
I
look at
thought
what I'm using to trigger it.
I thought there's a during and an after. Some of the stuff I saw was to use the after because it can delay things. So if you don't
That's
need to
talking
do it,
about actions and workflows.
okay.
Yeah. So I like, yeah, so I've had some issues with it pulling data during the call, so I just move everything to after. And it's pretty fast. And then in my workflow, I have it wait like half a second or half a minute before anything happens anyway, because 30 seconds doesn't really make any difference. So that makes sure that everything gets done anyway. And I think when you're done with the agent, it actually only calls the workflow when it's actually done with its job.
Can I share my screen?
You should be able to.
All right.
Yep.
So you don't need to trigger any um, workflow. Just use the trigger note added,
Mm-hmm.
determine if it's an A. So if the note contains AI call with,
Yep.
and then go from there.
Yeah.
Then I have the disposition where you could pull the note, but like you can pull the whole note body in,
Oh yeah.
okay? And then all we're doing from there is in the prompt, I just base it on mine if the prompt contains or if the note contains complete or incomplete. So I'm
Gotcha.
firing it off every incomplete call.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably tweak this a little bit to, if call was like an obvious hang up less than 10 seconds, screw those people.
Right.
We're doing it because we know they got called for a windshield. They hang up. It sends them, hey, sorry, there was trouble. If you need a quote, send us your VIN number. If you don't need a quote, then go away.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I get a call. So the AI call with, and it's got the agent that says, call duration 6 seconds, call summary. The user interacted with the agent but did not provide further details about their needs or issues. And then that's it. And there's no other details. So if there's no details, then, I'm not worried about it.
Oh, I know you're not. I'm just saying for her peace of mind, you could always like fire off a couple texts
Oh, sure.
and
Yeah.
if you wanted on the incomplete call, because once we started doing this, like we noticed that the people that like would hang up were the people that usually called after hours.
Yeah.
They needed their windshield repaired like right away. They weren't able to drive,
Oh, okay.
and then they get the
Gotcha.
text. They're like they fired the VIN number off, and while they don't work on cars 24/7, they do give quotes out
Oh, yeah.
almost 24/7.
That's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
so here's mine. So basically like the agent actually I have it call the workflow after like post call notify, and then it comes here, it assigns to her, it waits like half a minute, and then here is where I got a code block and I basically dump everything that I pulled out. So I have like requests once an appointment, the call urgency, what their issue is, if they have a complaint, what their requested appointment time is, if they want to cancel or reschedule, something like that. And then the call summary, and I dump in the voice AI summary and the voice AI duration. And then I add like whatever the call date is with that sort of stuff. And then I have a bunch of code that comes through here, and it basically it takes that what would be in the note and it formats it way better, and it formats it in order. So I basically pull all this data and add it in there, and I create a text version and an email version. So text version has character terms, email version has character or line breaks, and then I can check the urgency. So then if I have call data, then it's going to go down this way. If it's urgent, like 3 and up, like let's say, I got a crushed, sewer main and it's backing up in my basement, then it's going to text her and email her. And then I have a workflow down here that actually adds everything to the conversation tab. So it adds it like that. And then if it's not urgent, it'll check to see if it'll email her, and then if it's business hours, it will text her and then go down and add everything in. So that's how I've got it working.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool for her. I'm just talking
Oh
about the
yeah,
people that hang up
yeah,
because like they hear AI.
yeah,
We capture some people by texting them like, hey, if you don't want to like, just text us.
yep,
And then
yep,
you if you wanted to, you get the VIN number, you have a couple options. You could
yeah,
turn on conversation AI, or what they typically do is just say, hey, stand by, we'll give you a quote. And then
yeah. I
yeah,
think
because I
that
found
now,
some people that just don't want to talk to it, but then they get the text, they're cool texting, they send the VIN number in, and then they come in the next day when they're open and get their windshield done. He
yeah,
just looks at it as like, okay, I'm not losing the guy who hung up because they didn't
right.
want to talk to AI.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is if they don't have any, like I can run it through a GPT, and like if it comes through and it's like it is an incomplete call, then I'll assign it to a chat bot and then let it do it that way. So and then let it try to reclaim it. So but my guess is if it's 4 or 6 seconds long, it's probably a sales call.
You
So
know, it's funny, like my windshield guy doesn't, even though he's on uh Google and run Google ads, like his number's been on Google long enough that he doesn't get spam.
weird.
Like the only guy that I know that doesn't get, but he's also in California, so maybe there's different laws.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah. So this is what we're gonna be doing for. Like I'm gonna button this up and launch it for you guys. And but basically what it does is like let me see here. Like basically it will create a like here we go to 20 and 30. Let's see like offset. Let's see what we got. Like I think what was it like -80 and -10. So oh, not 80. There we go. So basically, you can kind of mess around with it, and then when you're done, you basically create this campaign, and it saves it. And then when you're done, it'll create a link that you could use in texting and emails, so you can do like personal stuff, like you know this sort of thing, and then you can send that with your emails and use it for your review campaigns or DBRs. So,
It
and
goes in as it goes in as a picture or a link to the person you send it to.
and well, you pass in a link like here. If I go over here to, actually no, let me go over. Where is it? Did I do it over here with my automations? Just a second. Nifty, yeah, Nifty test. So what I can do here is when I build it, you basically add the image like this, and you can pass in the contact first name or whatever other custom fields you want like that. And it comes through as a text. So if I come in and let's test this workflow and see if I'm in here for one thing, run this test, and let's see if I can get a text. Will it send me a text? Just a second. There we go. So there you go. So that's what it does in the texting. And then on the email side, just a second. There we go. It pulls that in. So makes it nice and personalized. So
Very nice.
yep. So you guys will get that as like Review Genius people. So
So you had mentioned that was N8N. So if we get N8N going, we can do that, and we can do most
Mhm.
everything else.
oh
Like
god, yeah, you just
like we wouldn't need Pabbly.
stop.
Like we don't need Pabbly, right? With N8N.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Not anymore. N8N is I've moved almost everything off Pabbly myself. So and yeah, if you can, I mean, you can self-host for as little as $5 a month
I
with
think for
N8N.
I think for a little bit more, you can go an easier route than the instructions I saw from you. If just for people who aren't quite as savvy,
Oh yeah, well, so yeah,
I
the
think.
SOP, yeah, the SOP that I've got is for building out something where you can like host multiple apps and things like that. Because I have like Base Row running, and I've got the guys from Basecamp released their own version of like it's almost like their own version of Trello. It's called Fizzy, so it's got a Kanban board, and then you can do all your project management. So I've got that running on there too. So I'm gonna have a tutorial for running just like here you go with just launching straight N8N and super quick, and then costs you literally $7 a month, $5 a month, and you load everything up and it's off to the races. So makes it pretty easy.
I was just looking at the lifetime deal in Pabbly, so I'm glad someone brought that up. Thank you.
You
Yeah, it
running
was
N8N or no?
What's that?
Are you running N8N or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I still use Pabbly for a lot of stuff. I am kind of sort of slowly migrating off, but yeah, it's still a good platform.
I think Padley probably just felt a disturbance in the force. Pat's moving all his stuff off of it.
Well, the some of the stuff I'm doing with N8N is pretty crazy. We've processed so far. We've processed like 13,000 some odd PDF files from people sending stuff in and parsing it with Gemini and things like that. So yeah, we got a client that we're doing a lot of automation stuff for, and I don't think Pavley would have been able to handle it. So, but yeah. But anyway, so that's kind of all the stuff that we got coming with Review Genius and everything else, and yeah, some of the stuff we had with some of the wins we had with the AI voice. So thanks, Dan, for the personality prompt.
Yeah,
She's happy about it.
I'm happy with it too, and
Yeah.
it I've noticed it makes the call shorter,
Yep.
and you can also start to play around too and show. I mean, not that you want to start rewriting prompts, but if you show Gemini, hey, here's the prompt, here's the personality prompt, and explain one simply controls the voice agent, the personality prompts built in. What can I remove from the voice agent prompt to lower your
And that's
tokens?
yep.
It
That's what I did.
spits it out pretty good.
Yeah. It didn't shorten mine by much because I like the plumber prompt that I had in there. I did some slight modifications and I dumped in the prompt that you gave me and I said, all right, which one works and what can I pull from either to make it better? And it's like, well, and mine was like yours is way more detailed, so I would use it. I'm like, well, it still didn't remove all the didn't reduce the tokens, but I went ahead and kept it. It had some other minor stuff it pulled from yours, but um yeah, so I stuck that one. I was like, all right, now like, here's the personality prompt and here's mine. What can I take out of this one and still maintain 100% context? And it was like, here you go. And it was like, cool. So
Yeah,
it
and I
did a
found one
great
of the
job.
best things to do in Gemini is to just give it the transcript
Yep.
and it almost like, hey, here's the transcript. You tell me what you think is wrong,
Hmm.
and then I'll tell you if you're right or not.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
And
I'll tell it. I'll tell it. I'll give it something like, "Tell me why this sucks," and it can get real critical real fast. And you're like, "Okay,
yeah,
well, show me what you would do." And then sometimes Gemini gets a little bit like it'll like, "Here's a better prompt," and it's like 5 pages of crap. I'm like, "Dude, no, no, no."
yeah, it does. I have the exact opposite problem, where it's like, hey, change this sentence, and it's like I've condensed the entire prompt. It
Hmm.
comes back, it's like 2 words.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah. Answer the phone. No, not
yeah,
quite.
yeah.
So is the voice AI part of Review Genius or another add-on or something else?
It's part of HighLevel. So I've been giving everyone, or getting everybody set up on Review Genius first, and then the couple of people I've migrated into a full blown, they're getting the Aldous and then they're getting, the voice AI and things like that. So the only thing I'm not doing for this plumber client is rebuilding their website, but we're going to hook up the web optimizer and hopefully get her showing up better than that. So she came to me because somebody else in our business group that does websites built her a big $7,000 website and she promptly dropped off maps. So she was not happy. And so she doesn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on another brand new website. So we're hooking up the web optimizer to hopefully get her back up to where she's showing up more and getting more calls. Then we're going to address, okay, no, let's build you a website. So, and get one that's actually, semantically correct and all that stuff and has all the SEO on it as opposed to just nothing. I did an audit for her and, I have a prompt in Claude that does it and it did you know, did the full audit and sent that to her, and it basically just, yeah, it shredded everything that was built. So she wasn't happy, but at least she wasn't happy with the other guy, not me. So
What's the web optimizer?
that's the feature that you can add in Aldous, and it basically what you do is you take your website's a record and you point it to their IP address, and then it bounces to your IP address, but they do a lot of pre-processing. So it's kind of like Search Atlas, but something that actually works.
That sounds crazy.
It does pretty good from what I've seen. So
Wow.
yep. So we're gonna test it out, see what happens. See if we can't break some stuff.
Have you not tried it before?
I haven't tried it with this client. She had her hosting was on Bluehost, and then Bluehost automatically turns on some kind of Cloudflare booster thing that they wire in, and so you have to turn that off in order to work with Aldis's web optimizer because their optimizer is going through Cloudflare and workers and stuff as well. So they were competing and throwing errors all over the website, and the website went down and all that stuff. So I had to dig into Bluehost and figure out how to turn all their junk off. And then once they got their stuff off, we finally figured out which IP address we needed to have their A record set to, so that now it should work once I turn the web optimizer on. But I'm going to do that after the call tonight, and make sure it doesn't go down on us, and that sort of thing. So
And that's one way to sell a new website is to break the one they have.
exactly. No, I told her, I said it, hey, I said like it might go down for a couple of minutes while we test this out. If it does, I can change the records back. It'll come right back up within like 10 minutes. She's like, okay, just so I know. Like, don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm on it. So yeah. But there's a buddy of mine that actually does a lot of roofing SEO, and turned him on to Aldis, and he started talking to them, and then started giving suggestions and more suggestions, and finally they're like, hey, do you want to just consult with us and be kind of like an independent consultant for us? And so he is helping them with how they set some things up, and he's used Web Optimizer on some sites, and he's seen some pretty drastic results with it. So he's happy. So I'm happy with it. So
You say that was a roofing SEO person?
yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's we'll see how it works. So but so we've got a few more people on here. So anybody got any wins from the last since the last time we were on? I mean, Jenna, you got your cards, so you're halfway there.
I've got two people I signed up and turned them on yesterday to do a 7-day voice trial.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last week I had my biggest week yet.
Really?
I had 7 signups, one in my sleep, so that was cool.
Are they starting to find you online, or are you running ads?
It's from a local Facebook group.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So that
I
was my
cannot get
biggest week, I think, ever.
nice.
As far as like amount of signups, so that was exciting.
Very cool.
Not necessarily the dollar amount, but it was cool.
Yeah, it is nice to get those signups.
Yeah.
I have been trying to kind of like poke around in some of the local groups here in the Kansas City area. I can't seem to get much traction in the groups. They seem to be there seem to be a lot of spam type stuff. I think I need to get out like and be more niche specific in the groups.
Mhm.
As opposed to just joining regular business groups and things like that, because people are posting, like nail salons and power washing and junk like that, and lots of financial planning type stuff. And
It's like a self-promotion group.
yeah,
Right.
it's that's what it turns into, and I
Yeah.
don't think
That's what all
there's
the
a whole
groups
lot
are
of
like right
engagement.
here. They're trash.
Yeah, there's just a couple for us here that I know that are good that I spend my time in. So you just have to kind of find them.
Yeah, that's what's hard. I even
Or you
tried.
can create one.
Well, I've got one, and it's gotten up to like 5, 6. Actually, no, I think we're over 1,000 people now. So I do have some good questions and all that stuff. So I've got group leads in it, so it adds everybody to the sheets. So
Nice.
I do need to start getting a little more engagement in that one. So we're working on trying to get to get to posting and stuff like that, so we can start getting a little more action there. But yeah, we've tried like that whole directory thing in the Kansas City area, and I tell you what, like you give people like the basic listing, like, hey, we just need to verify and all that stuff. Like, just give me the listing, dude. Like, God, okay. Nobody wants to get on the phone at all. And then there's other people that are doing the directory stuff, like, oh, I'm crushing it with signups. Like, oh my God, it's crazy. It's
Well,
different.
I'll tell you, if this takes a little bit of work, but if you want your brother, Pat, maybe he can do this. Literally look up local whatever contractors and call when you know they're closed and they're not going to answer the phone
Yep.
and have a short scripted voicemail. You could voicemail drop it, but you don't know if it's sell. Just be like, yo, you are closed right now. I could be your next big client. I got a voice agent that can turn this stuff into it, and I want to let you try it free for 7 days. I live right here in Olathe, or however you pronounce it. Let me know.
Yep.
And you'd be surprised at the amount of people that will call you back.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I got
You
it.
can
Yeah.
leave like 5 messages a day.
Yep.
Okay. Do that 7 days a week, right? That's not a lot. It'll take you 10 minutes a day, or your brother
Oh,
10
for
minutes a
sure.
day.
Yep.
I'll bet you get 10 people to call you back.
Yeah, we're getting ready to start that as well because we got with the like again in N8N, I got the web scraper set up so I can import all these out scraper leads and like out of and I scraped like just for starting, I scraped all the states except for California, New York, and Alaska and Hawaii for HVAC, and so I got like 26,000 people put in 3,000 into the location or into the cold location, and it ran through my automation, and it basically checks the website, checks to see what it's built with. Does it have a chat? If like if it does have a chat, is it AI or is it static? Like like a GoDaddy pop up thing. And then it also checks to see if they have schema on the website. So in case we just want to offer website stuff, and then it also checks, it hits Appify to see if they're running Google or Facebook ads. So if they have no chat, but they're running ads, then I'm guessing that they probably don't have voice AI. So that gives me somebody to call because they're actually spending money. So like out of 3,000 leads, I got 715, I
All
think,
right,
that
welcome
are,
everyone.
do what?
He's on another call.
Are you yelling at your
She's
kids?
multi-calling,
No, we're not.
hacker.
I
She's
that was a call
streaming your
from
call
today.
into her group.
Oh, okay.
She's
That was
got
a call
nothing to
from
offer
today.
them.
Sorry.
So yeah, we basically can dial it into people that don't have chat or don't have voice AI that are running ads. And then out of that list, like we actually had like 150 people that are their GBPs have mobile phones and they're running ads. So those are definitely people that need voice AI. So for sure. So my brother's got some kids, so he's going to get his oldest daughter to start calling in the evening, and then just like go through the power dialer and hang up if somebody answers, or just tell them wrong number or something like that, and then
No, even better, just be
mark
like,
the
hey,
distance.
I was intentionally calling you after hours because if it's a
Yeah,
kid, they're gonna be a lot more friendly. Be like, hey, I'm a college kid. My dad hired me to do this. I don't, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, instead of being,
yeah,
whatever. And then they're gonna go, what do you want? Be like, I got something that can turn your after hours calls into good leads. It's AI, and my dad wants to let you try it free for 7 days. And they're gonna be like, all right, tell me more. And then the
yeah,
kid will have to be a salesperson.
yep,
But
I hate
the
to
reason
ask
I
this.
say to throw that out there is, you can make, like, if you wanted to get aggressive and make 50 calls a week, which is not aggressive.
that's
You
not that
know,
bad. No.
you do it during business days, Monday through Friday, you make 10 calls a day. It literally could take you, if you stick on your script,
Mm-hmm.
15 minutes,
Oh yeah.
a minute and a half per call, and you're just waiting for but if you have the same prompt and you give them the 7 day trial and you put it in a shared sub account, you can just say, hey, it's going to use your phone number. It's conditional forwarding. Boom. I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
there's no credit card involved yet. There's no, and then, just after 7 days, what I've been doing is texting people like, hey, trial's up. Unforward your number because I'm turning it off. Some
And
people
then I
and
go,
some people
nope.
are like, okay, and then the other people are like, no, 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 no. You know, how much? And they ask how much before the trial starts.
Sure, yeah.
So if it's just voicemail, I call it voicemail 2.0. They're in a shared sub account. It's 197.
Yep.
And calling after hours sucks, but it's almost easier to get a voicemail
Oh yeah.
than actually somebody go, hello, and it's like, hey, do you want to buy
How
AI?
many times are you hitting a like a call service?
Um,
And then what do you do? What do you do when like you're getting a call service? Do you call the guy during business hours? Like I called your call service and they sucked. Because actually, what every time I've actually talked to anybody and they said I have a call service and they go, how do you like it? And they're like, eh.
well, I haven't. So if I'm getting an answering service, I'll like kind of ask a couple questions and then finally just be like, hey, like, are you like a call center?
Yeah,
And then I'll just shoot them a Facebook message and email and be like, yo, I think I can save you money on your call center and get you a lot better results.
yeah.
But I don't chase that one too much. Like I'm going low hanging
Yeah.
fruit. I don't
There's
want
a
to.
ton of people, like I said, out of 3,000 contacts, 705 had, you know, running ads and they don't have any bots. So, and that's just checking websites. But I mean, like I said, if they don't have one on their website, they probably don't have one answering the phone.
So I
Well,
have a
true. Yeah. I mean, they probably don't have one answering the phone too. But I mean, like, if you want to just stick your toe in the water, like for the other guys on the call, you can just Google it up. You don't need a scraper and a validator or just,
Nah, nah, you don't.
if you're calling whatever. And the guys that care about it, I mean, who to call. It's the guys that obviously are going to get calls after hours. Call windshield guys, call tree service guys, call plumbers, call roofers, call heating and cooling. It's not going to be like,
Mhm.
don't call a nail salon and be like, oh, you didn't answer the phone at 9. I'm not getting my nails done.
Yeah, no, it would
No one's
it'd
going
be
to
the
give a shit.
people it'd be the people that are kind of like the necessary home services because like locksmith, tow trucks, things like that. Because if you need them, it's one of those services that you have to pay for because you have to get it fixed. It's not like you don't need to get your nails did, although you do have very nice nails, Dan. But there you go. But yeah, so
Soaking
yeah,
them right now.
yeah. But yeah, if it's one of those things where like, your toilet's shooting crap all over the place, then yeah, you kind of need a plumber and they should answer the phone. So,
I have a question. I had a question real quick about
yeah.
that offer 197. How many minutes do you give for that?
So if I'm putting them in a shared sub account
Hmm.
where I'll put like, 10 different businesses in one sub account, I'm just, it's unlimited.
Because they're not going to use that many calls anyways. Time.
Two things. If all they're getting is a voicemail 2.0, they don't get their
Hmm.
own sub account, they don't log in. I have
Okay.
an automation
Right.
set up that after the call, they get an email and a text with all the details.
And then you just do an A2P and an 800 number in that shared
You
sub
don't need
account.
A2P. You can do toll-free verification on a 1-800 number. You don't even have to pay for it.
So you did the 1-800 verification through HighLevel. Set it right up.
Just
Yep.
1-800 verification. You don't have to do A2P, so there's no paying. When I'm presenting this offer to them, hey, it's voicemail 2.0. I give it to them for free for 7 days. They figure out if it works. I don't want to sell it to them if it doesn't work because I don't want the hassle. If
Right.
after 7 days you're like, nah, it's not for me, I'm like, okay, cool. Got any buddies who this might work for? Because they might know, like, oh yeah, my buddy's way busier than me. He needs this. Or I just let them roll. My whole idea is after they're in the voice for a little while, 2, 3, 4 weeks, I can say, hey, is this helping you get more customers? Yeah, okay. Well, let's start getting reviews. All right. And I even tell them, I'm like, listen, if this works for you, I have every intention to upsell you on my next plan. But if you don't want to go with my next plan and you just want to roll with voicemail 2.0 forever, cool. I don't care. So I'm not worried about the minutes. If they roll into another plan, my next plan's 367 a month. At some point in time in the future, hopefully this quarter, we're going to be able to add bundles in HighLevel, meaning you can include 500 minutes in your SaaS plan, and then above and beyond, they'll get billed whatever your markup is, or you force them to upgrade. It'll be like old cell phone days. You get 300 minutes, and then if you don't if in your 300 minutes you use 310 minutes, your bill is going to be $95,000 if you remember your first cell phone bill. So that's what I do, and I did it because I didn't want to start worrying about minutes. And I was just like, hey, I just want people to, an easy thing. So you could put more than 10 people in a sub account. You could put
Yeah, you
15,
can do
you
up
could
to
put 20, but
28
10
easy.
is really easy to manage. And if you do get to the point where you have to flip on the $97 switch, it's $97 cost. You got 1970 coming in.
Yep.
hmm
Yeah.
And that's only saving on the AI portion of your costs anyways, still the phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the
Okay.
phone usage is still going to be minimal. They're not doing
Mhm.
outgoing calls. It's incoming.
Okay.
They're not
Yeah.
texting.
And a lot of those are 2 minutes or under. And one of the big features of the voice AI is that it does filter spam. So they get a lot of those sub 10-second calls, and that they're like, man, I don't get all those stupid spam calls. And that's a nice feature. Because
So is the base
they get hit up all the time from people like us, all the like 24/7. So
Yeah.
this just trims it out.
so is the base prompt like say one of your other example prompts you have?
I
Uh,
basically have some prompts that I can flip over to a plumber, to an electrician, to a roofer.
Mhm.
Same sequence. Yo, thanks for calling ABC Home Services. What do you want? How can we
Okay.
help you? And then, if it's a plumber, AI is good enough to kind of take them down the path of, you just have to make sure the biggest thing you have to make sure is that you're getting the information that the contractor needs,
mhm.
but they all need the same information.
Yeah.
Don't let them tell
Name,
you they don't.
yeah. Name, phone, email, address. And what is the problem?
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. And then mine I have an urgency, so I have it built into the prompt to detect it. So, if I say like, well, tree fell on my roof and it's sitting in my kitchen right now, well, that's going to be a 5. Or if it's like, well, I have a tree fell in my yard and got limbs down, that's probably a 0 or a 1 or something. Or if
What,
again, like,
yeah, same. And one thing, if you're doing tree guys, because I do a couple, the bot has to say, okay, your tree's down. Is it touching any power lines? The contractor needs to know that. If it's touching power lines, you have to have the bot say, listen, here I know who the 2 utility companies are going to be. If it's Jersey or Pennsylvania, you got to call so and so, or you got to call Pico, and we'll be in touch as soon as we can. Because if Pico is like it's on a telephone pole, Pico sends its own people out. The tree guys aren't allowed to touch it just yet. Pico's the local electric. But
yeah,
for the
depending
most
on
part, the base prompt isn't even going to have the urgency in it. It's voicemail 2.0. Who are you? What do you want? What's your name? What's your email? What's your address? Can we text you at this number? Yes or no? See ya.
Yep. Yeah, for that one, yeah, but I mean, you still gotta with the emergency handling, you if it would depend on the niche, but you just basically have like in the block like if it's a leak and like with the plumber, like I've got it like if it's a burst like emergency examples like burst pipe, toilet backing up, something like that. Those are urgent. Tell them to turn off the water. If it's a gas leak or they smell gas, tell them to open windows, call the gas company, and then we can get the information, that sort of stuff. So
But here's the other
those
thing
kind
you
of
can do,
things.
like with what Pat's saying. Like, let's say you get like a plumber one, right? You can call 50 to 100 plumbers a week across the country and leave voicemails after dinner and never run out of people to call.
Yep.
So if you want to stay hyper local, yeah, you need to be able to pivot your bot from plumber to contractor to tree to roof. Or you get a real solid bot and you just call nobody but plumbers.
Yep. And you can get a list on out scraper. Like I said, like I got 26,000 HVAC people. I'll never be able to call them all, but it cost me like $30 for the
Yeah.
list.
Hey,
And then
can I
and
ask
you can
something
have
here?
Outscraper run the phone numbers, or you can use somebody else and find out
Yep.
if those
I
phone
use
numbers
phone
are cell
validator.
phones or landlines
Yep.
or VoIP.
We're gonna
Hey,
need
can
to
I-
do an N8N class, I guess, and give everybody some automations for scraping and stuff.
Please do.
Please do.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can I- So I'm kind of embarrassed here. I haven't been here in quite a while. So are you guys, do you have something extra you're selling besides something at a high level? Is this a different program? What is this?
This is voice AI in high level.
In
Yep.
high
Just
level.
yep. Just in high level.
How are you doing it with different all these people in the same account?
Because you can set up 20 different agents inside a high level account,
Technically, if you ask for more, you can have 40.
and you can have more. Yeah, if you really want to try to herd that many cats, but
So, but
yeah, so
where are you
you can
putting the
set up.
where's their phone number? Who are they calling?
You buy
Well,
a
so
phone
you
number,
Right.
yep,
okay, and then the contractor does what's called conditional forwarding. Conditional forwarding means that his phone will ring 4 or 5 times, and when it doesn't answer, it forwards to the voice AI. He sets that up on his phone number. So if he's got a Verizon cell phone, he goes into his Verizon account. If he has AT&T, if he has T-Mobile, all the carriers have that information.
So you're offering it for 97 a month,
197.
197 a month.
Yeah, and the nice thing about having the base prompt, I let them try it free for 7 days. I show them how to forward their phone number. Fulfillment right now, because I've been working on prompts since this came out over a year ago, is literally when somebody comes on board, like, I do the Zoom call. Hey, why do you want to do this? Like, are you missing calls? But literally the fulfillment's like 20 minutes.
yep,
So you're doing the same prompt for all plumbers, different prompt for roofers, different prompt, right?
When I tell you
yeah,
it's the same prompt for the contractors, all I'm doing is telling GPT, hey, this is for Todd Schaefer's roofing.
Right.
This prompt's for Ryan Williams Plumbing Company. GPT will handle it, or
yeah.
Claude.
No,
I
You
give
can
it the
GPT.
you
base
can
prompt. I give it the base prompt. My base prompt is personality, confirmation info. It needs to get name, address, phone number. Gemini and GPT will turn it into a plumber prompt and ask the right questions.
So you
yep.
got them all coming to the same number. You just have to physically email them afterwards.
No, they don't come to the same number.
I thought you
Each
just
each
said
You
you.
voice each
sign
voice
you
agent gets a separate number.
hang on. You buy a phone number and you sign that phone number to an agent.
Yeah,
Let's say that agent's for Ryan.
sure.
Okay. Ryan forwards his cell phone number to the voice AI agent.
Okay.
You're done.
How does he get the information?
He gets a text or an email.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
The text or the email comes from one of my agency numbers or my agency email address.
That's what I was asking. How do they get
Yeah,
that
so if
information?
I call Ryan's number and it bounces through to the voice AI, I'm like, hey, I got a plumbing problem, got a leak in the kitchen, all that stuff, and it gets my name, email, phone, and a basic issue and all that stuff. And then when I hang up, the workflow fires off, and Ryan will get a text from Dan's toll free number saying, you just missed a call from Pat. Here's all the information. Here's his email. Here's his phone, and all that stuff, and he gets an email with it too. And that's it. Done.
Yeah. You just have to show me how to set that up. I don't know how to do that.
Super simple to set up.
Okay.
And then once you're done, once you set up one, you can literally clone that agent inside your location multiple times. You just drop a new prompt in, assign a brand new phone number, and you're off to the races.
Yeah. And once you get the workflow set up to send the notifications,
Clone the workflow.
just clone the workflow. You just make sure you're changing the internal who it goes to. Like, don't send Ryan Todd's leads and don't send Todd Ryan's leads. And if you do, I guarantee you they're going to be calling me like, yo, dude, you just sent me a roofing lead. And be like, oh, shit, my fault. Let me fix it. And you move on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't, like, it's funny because some of the people I talk to and like doing it this way, again, if you make 50 phone calls and leave 50 voicemails and nobody calls you back, okay, like, maybe you lost an hour of your week or 2 hours if you're good. But if you get a couple phone calls and people are asking like 100 questions, just be like, look, if you want to call it, here, I got a demo. Everybody should have a demo. And, if it's a plumber, have a plumber demo. And they're going to call you back and be like, you're going to let me try this free for 7 days? What's the catch? There is no catch. If you want to keep it after 7 days, it's 197. Don't sell them reviews. Don't sell them websites. Don't sell
Hey,
them all that other
reviews are
stuff.
good.
Well, you can, but I'm saying for fulfillment. Some of these
No,
guys
no.
like
So
that it's simple.
you sell one, yeah, you sell one thing and you
Yeah.
upsell them. It's the same thing. Like if you were selling reviews or selling voice AI or selling a website, sell one thing, upsell everything else later.
I just think for anything in high level, there's never been anything this easy to fulfill.
It is pretty easy.
Yeah. I mean, like there's no A2P, there's no like domain records. There's no like, if like these days, if you're trying to get somebody's email set up properly in HighLevel and they have like a Gmail, it's like, oh God, you're shit out of
Yeah.
luck.
Well,
So
speaking of A2P, I just set up a general contractor this last week. And this morning, I wake up, check my email. It's been denied. Everything was done right, but then I see a post from Sean in the HighLevel group like, "Here's how to do A2P in 2026," and I go and it's like everything's different. It's like son of a bitch.
the
I bet
last the
you're
last the last 2-3 weeks, you started to see a couple people getting denied, but like in the last 7 days,
Oh,
it's been like mass denials.
I've had
bloodbath.
three. My one client's been denied 3 times now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had to. I
so
had to go. I was trying to do uh, higher volume texting just for my agency because I've got a whole bunch of local numbers for test bots and things like that. And I kept getting denied, and they kept saying it was like in like bad content on the website, and they're real sticklers about lead gen. So if you mention anything with lead gen, you're going to get denied. But I finally got on the HighLevel Zoom and got a senior HighLevel guy, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll push this through. We'll get it appealed." And they got it appealed, and like 2 days later, I was up and running. But yeah, with A2P, like I just got the plumber A2P'd, and then something must have changed between the plumber and the general contractor because now the general contractor got denied, and I used the exact same stuff for his website as I did the plumber. So, it's
so
just
I mean, I still use the funnel page,
yeah,
which they say you're not supposed to be able to do. Like one page opt-in funnel. But I've been using Extendly Snapshot. Beyond keeps it up to date. Knock on wood, I don't have
yeah.
any issues. So what I
Well,
do
with
for the
with Sean's
funnel
yeah,
is I have a real short domain,
mm-hmm.
okay? 3-letter domain, .co. Then I take their domain and create the subdomain. So if it's ryanwilliams.com, his new domain is ryanwilliams.abc.co. And when you push that through, I don't think the TNC people are like, oh, well, that's a fake domain.
Yeah.
Just the .abc just
So you're using just a super basic funnel for
funnel.
weird.
This is how you opt in, double checkbox.
Yep.
The form with the checkbox has privacy and terms
Yep.
links, and then down in the footer, there's privacy and term links.
Yep.
The
Yep.
last time I failed, the error message was coming back saying I was like multi-level marketing. And I was like, okay, well, that's stupid. So I resubmitted. They came back again, you're multi-level marketing. So I got on with HighLevel senior agent. They were blah, 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 blah. So they were supposed to reach out to Twilio. 4 days went by. I didn't hear anything back from Twilio. So then I just went through the funnel and clicked everything. I accidentally put the terms and conditions page in the privacy link and flipped them. That's why I failed. As soon as I switched them and resubmitted, it passed within like 8 hours. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
They,
Well,
they,
today
they're telling me
today
I'm
I
multi-level marketing, and it's just because I got lazy with copying and pasting because I was doing it late at night.
Yeah, today I went through and I redid my funnel with everything like from the link that Sean sent. So it was A2P in 2026. And I even copied the exact terms of service and privacy policy that they offered, the whole thing. So let me get that link. I think just a second here.
That was a
Geez.
big part of today's town hall. So if you guys don't go to
Yeah.
the town halls, go watch the replay for today's town hall. It was all about A2P and some of the
Yeah.
improvements that they've made to help people along.
Yeah. So there's that. It looks like they've made it somewhat simpler. Like the actual checkbox text is a lot shorter. The privacy policy terms of service is like crazy short. They even have a funnel share for the privacy policy and terms of service if you want to use that. So
Well,
uh,
I think they realized how many people were getting zapped once 2026 came around. But I got to
mhm.
tell you, it's not often that they really impress me, but they did with what they did for A2P. They had a week and they turned it around, and
Yeah.
it
So
looks like it's working
I
now.
need to get on Zoom with them tomorrow and like, look, here's what I've done now. Is this going to go through, or can we file an appeal with what we've already done? So try to get that up and running. So, but yeah, it's such a pain in the butt.
There's
But yeah,
supposed to be one of the updates this quarter. They're saying sooner rather than later is you'll actually get the real denial reason.
Well, yeah, it's not telling me any reasons. You got to
Yeah.
actually get on support, and then they look it up and tell you, oh, well, because
Well, they don't know either. They have to get it from Twilio.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a giant pain in the butt to have to try to mess with that. So I mean, it sucks if you don't know the reason. You like, okay, you tell me why, I'll fix it. But if you can't tell me why, then why are you keep denying it? So yeah, pain in the butt. So yeah, Todd, if you wanted to go to higher volume, you have to submit a new brand, and then you go into like the mixed high volume campaigns, and you get submitted for that. And it's basically the same thing. Like you basically A2Ping all over again. And then when you're done, once you get approved, you can delete the low volume campaign because you don't need it anymore and just attach everything to that one new campaign. So
Okay, but it'd be a whole new campaign. Okay.
yep, brand new campaign, brand new brand and a brand new campaign.
You mentioned a new funnel. So I'm still setting things up in where I'm at. So is there something that I should be waiting on to roll out, or just get it up and running? And
The
Nope.
A2P funnel or any funnel?
Oh, the Review Genius.
yeah, read.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
So when we release it, we'll have like an additional funnel inside the snapshot, so it won't override anything else, but you'll be able to copy the pages in, and so we're making it a little more. I think a lock did one that he started working on in Lovable, and then started bringing it over to HighLevel using the AI builder and everything like that. So Lovable built a pretty decent little review, reputation management funnel. So it'll just be like another alternate funnel that you can use.
Oh, and just Ryan, on your one question about the one number for the sub account, it's one number for the sub account that you use to send texts. Every agent has to have its own phone number.
Got it.
Yeah, so each business has to have its own phone number.
You have to make a sub account for them.
No,
Nope.
each agent, you can have as up to 20 agents in the sub account. Each agent has to have his own phone number.
So I can use my account.
I wouldn't
Make
I
it.
wouldn't use your agency account for all of it. I would use a completely separate like call service account where you set up voice agents there, and then you sell them the product out of your agency like 197 a month or whatever with a 7-day trial, and then you load up that agent inside a like just launch a location and call it call service, and then that way that one's not going to have anything in it but a voice agent and a workflow that attaches to that voice agent that sends the text and the email and all that summary to the customer. And then when you sign up another customer, you basically clone that workflow, clone that agent, set the next guy up with a new phone number, and let it rip, and then just rinse repeat. And
You have a map for that somewhere or something? Or...
No,
no, not really. It's
it's
kind of
really
kind
easy.
of kind of duct taped together, but it's pretty simple. So um I have multiple voice agents set up in my account here. So let me go over here to AI agents like voice AI. So um let's say like I've got all these guys here, right? So let's say if this was my call service account, so in my agency account, I don't put the any of this in my agency account. This would be like my let's call it the voicemail 2.0 account. So you just fire up a brand new account inside HighLevel, not SaaS or anything else. And so what you would do is you get one number for yourself, which is like a toll free number, and you A2P that, and that's all you got to do. You just get that A2P. It's ready
Don't
to
even
go.
A2P it. Toll free verified.
Yeah, toll free verified. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's it, right? So, well, toll free verified. That's I guess that does A2P it, right? So,
Well,
yeah,
you don't have to pay for toll free verification.
right. So
A2P is like $30 now.
yeah. So you get it verified. You're good to go. And then once you have the toll free verified, then you can basically set up agents for like let's say like I've got this BNI pitch bot that I set up, and so this would be like I tell Dan like, all right, so basically you get this number here, it's got this phone number. So I tell Dan like you set up, here's the instructions, and I posted it in the chat, some the like forwarding, like how to do forwarding instructions and stuff. But basically, here's the instructions on how to forward your phone number to my voice AI. So if you're on the job, you don't answer the phone, or you're busy or whatever, it rings through to this agent and it answers the phone. So then when this agent answers the phone, what happens is that at the end of it, it's going to trigger a workflow. And then that workflow is going to text Dan and send him all the information about the call. And then I basically, I've got this bot set up, and I go like, Ryan, you need this voice 2.0. And he's like, cool, let's sign up. I literally copy the voice agent. I go over here and I can clone the voice agent. So I can come over to the voice AI, go to the agent list, and I come over here and I can duplicate this agent.
Right.
And then I go and I duplicate the workflow, and then I set like Ryan's a roofer, so I basically dump the prompt into ChatGPT and I say, take Dan's plumbing bot. Now it's a roofer, and it will change the content for a roofing bot. We dump that in, and I assign another phone number to it. I go, Ryan, here's your phone number. Here's how you forward it, and when you don't answer it, it'll handle the calls, and you're going to get a text and an email. And then I set up the workflow so it sends all the info to Ryan, and that's it. That's the whole thing. Voicemail 2.0.
Yeah, if you get your prompt figured out, get your workflow built, and you'll realize how easy this is to do, right? Then you can customize it for Todd or Ryan, whoever. And then, you can have somebody like, like if Pat calls me back and he's like, yeah, like, how's it work? He's like, oh, well, listen, give me tonight. I'll build the prompt for you. They think you're building it. And then, I call them back tomorrow. I'm like, hey, it's ready to go. All you need to do is forward your number. And then they call it, they listen to it, they forward their number. I'm like, all right, your 7-day trial starts now. See ya.
Mm-hmm.
Let the bot do the work.
Yep.
Guarantee it. You'll get a couple callbacks and they're like, hey, any way we can change this to this, or yeah, no problem. Simple change, you know?
Yep.
And I just tell them like, do you want to do it now? Or do we have to do it after the trial? Some people are like, oh no, we're keeping this.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Start paying now. We'll change it.
And if you need to get started with an agent, like you just need to get a prompt that you can mess with, you can go in and you can basically create an agent using a marketplace template and just sort by, like, I did home services, and then I dialed it in by free, and then like you could literally pick this, like this one here, the Plum V handy plumber bot, or all in one voice agent, or receptionist. I mean, there's depending on whatever niche that you pick, there's a free template for it. And
One thing I haven't looked into yet with all those voices that you can choose from that are from the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
Can clients see that? I haven't even looked.
Depends on if you turn the marketplace on for your sub
Yeah.
accounts.
Yeah, or and if they've got admin access to everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because like one of them I saw said like Extendly on it, and I was like, I don't want my clients seeing this.
Turn off
Yeah.
marketplace.
Oh, I have it turned off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then they're not going to see it. So I have marketplace disabled and hidden with some CSS for all my sub accounts, because I don't want anybody buying an app and figuring out how to cancel it, and
Yeah.
if they leave, I'm getting billed for it, all that shit. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
They don't need to be doing that. Yeah.
Well, you don't know what they're putting in your agency. You don't know who developed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other part too, and this is something the agent marketplace is bad, but like when somebody puts an app into your sub account, like the developer, they can see a lot of shit in your sub account.
Right.
It's not very secure.
Nope. Not with
Yeah.
the scopes and stuff. Like, yeah, we get users and whatnot. So
Yeah.
you don't know what they develop on the back end.
Yeah.
You're hoping they're white hat. So yeah. So, all right, guys.
I remember, like, I guess it was early summer. They were, what's his name? was selling one of these voice AI bots. It was like $1,000 setup and $497 a month. And now, really, you've done it all. We've figured the whole process out, and we're just offering for 197, right? It's the same thing, right?
Listen, it depends on what you're doing.
Yep.
Okay. It very much depends. The
Yep.
people that I'm calling, okay, have a problem with voicemail. Okay. Most of them don't realize they need a call center. They all suck at answering their phone to start with. Okay. They're probably running their business from their cell phone.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but a lot of them. If you can show them that this does better than voicemail and sends them the information right away. And if you're talking to a tree service guy, a roofer, a plumber, and they don't have a receptionist or they get calls after hours, this voicemail is going to make a lot of sense to them. Okay. If you're building a custom agent for like a nail salon or a beauty salon that has like 15 stylists, you're damn right you're going to charge them a $2,500 setup because that's going to be a custom build.
Yeah. It
This is
also
not a custom
matters.
build.
Yeah. It
I
also matters.
chose to do the 197 because I just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I just want to stack users. Okay, give them something easy to fulfill. I can show them results right away. I don't have to do A2P. I don't have to get their email set up. I don't have to do domains. I don't have to teach them how to send workflows or any of that shit. Okay. And then I'm going to upgrade them. Because in a month, and they're like, hey, this is cool. How do we get reviews? All right, well, now you got to get a dedicated number for your account. I got to do this verification thing. They're going to be like, okay, I trust you. Another thing you do is every time a lead comes in, tag them if you're doing this with the shared sub account, tag them with that business name so you can export it if they get their own sub account and give them their leads.
Yep.
Yeah. But the 197 is and no setup fee, like for voicemail 2.0. They're not getting a sub account. So for me, like I don't need a setup fee. I'm looking at this as I just wanted to figure out for me personally, how can I get the most users paying me a subscription per month, the lowest hanging fruit, easiest to fulfill. And for me, it was this. I don't like to build stuff. I don't want to, when somebody comes to me and they have like a Yahoo address and they want me to, set up their email verification, I'm like, oh man, I'd rather cut grass with scissors. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Literally, like if that's where you're at and you can't like, and they're like, how do I get my MX records and all that? It's like, oh, dude. And they're like, okay, well, log in your GoDaddy, and then you realize they're like, shit, I don't know my password. It's like, well, of course you don't know your password.
Yeah.
You haven't logged into your website for 8 years. It's very obvious. You know what I mean? So I was like, these people need a better voicemail. And here's the other part. With the way voice AI and voice AI agents are going and becoming like more and more available, you're going to be able to do this in Google Voice soon. And Google Voice will probably like build you your own agent. If you're not talking to somebody about AI receptionist and AI answering the phone, someone else is going to. That literally, this is like the easiest, lowest hanging fruit right now. Where I live in Philadelphia, there's a company called uh, QO, advertising on the radio, sports radio for voice AI as low as $15 a month. Now, it doesn't tell you only get 10 phone calls for that $15, and then you pay out the ass for phone calls. But when I heard that on the radio, I was like, well, dude, they know it's sports radio. They know their demographic.
Mm-hmm.
They're advertising at 5:30, 6 in the morning when the guys are in line at Wawa filling up their lawnmowers and sitting outside of Home Depot and buying their coffee and they're driving to their job. And that's the ad that's running. And it's making perfect sense to all those guys. So that's why I did it. If like, I know people that are building real high-end voice AI agents, very complicated, like multi-location. Yeah, you better charge a setup.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can do multiple, appointment and calendars and all kinds of things like that. But, and like if you're doing something like, it also niche related too, like if you're doing something for like an injury attorney, you got to go through full qualification, ask them questions, verify, that sort of thing. And so yes, you're qualified for a call or for a session or not or whatever, that sort of thing. So yeah, there's lots of different things involved, but like, so like for stacking clients, it's like reviews is easy, voice AI is easy if you're doing it real simple like Dan's doing it. So Kind of like being able to like launch the templated websites. You do custom websites. Yeah, you're gonna pay a ton of money up front because it's a big investment in time to build that stuff out and go through all the changes. Whereas you have a templated site, like here's your roofer site, bam, it's going to answer all
Yeah.
the, it has the chat and all that stuff built in, 297 a month,
There's
done.
another little bit like what Pat's saying. There's another little bit of like pricing psychology into this too. Like part of what I was doing is I know a lot of people are skeptical of voice AI, right? So if I can prove to them, hey, you missed a call, I could be that guy that's your next $10,000 fence job. I know my agent can turn it into a better lead and send you the information right away. I'll give it to you free for 7 days to prove it. If that's not enough for them to try it, cool, I'll move on.
Yep.
After the 7 days, if it's not good enough for them to keep it, it probably cost me $4 or $10, in voice minutes
Maybe.
to try
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? It's well worth it. It's better than running an ad. And I mean, I'm on. I got like I have to count, but I think it's 36 people doing it right now. So I mean, you know, some of them are upgrading into other accounts. I expect as the spring comes and some of these guys get busier, they'll all, well, not all, but a lot of them will upgrade. Uh, so
Yep.
I just put that link for that company that's advertising on the radio in the chat. Their website's pretty cool. And they got some pretty good walkthrough videos, something to look at. But when I heard them advertising on sports radio for voice AI for $15 a month, I almost crashed. I was like, what? $15?
I was like, hey Rosie and all that other stuff. You can set it all up, and then
Yeah.
now they do upsell you for everything, absolutely everything. So you think you're getting in, super cheap, but then
But the,
then
the the thing that got me about this was after I heard the ad, I was in the car one day for about an hour, and I was like, you know what? Like, I didn't feel like listening to a podcast. So I was like, let me turn on sports radio. I heard the ad 4 times. So I know at some point somebody's going to be in the truck and their phone's ringing and they can't answer it and they're going to hear the ad for this voice AI thing. And I'm like, that's going to, like, in a way, they're almost helping me with awareness by putting it on the radio like that, because that is a lot of that home service contractor demographic, like sports radio, that's them to some extent.
It cracked me up. They got 1,000 credits, means 10 calls. It's pretty funny.
yep,
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, you get
It's
1,000
amazing.
credits. You're like, and that gets you 10 phone calls.
yeah.
Wow.
So I set like with the plumber. I mean, I set him up, and she was skeptical, but once she got it set, like after we tweaked it with the personality and all that, she got 5 calls. 3 of them was like one guy. Let's see the notes. He's got low water pressure in his sink, so he needs somebody to come out and fix that. It's in the notes. Another guy needs a water heater, which is at least 5 grand right there.
Yep.
And another guy needs an estimate for replacing the gas line between his house and the pool heater. So that's probably going to be some excavation and stuff like that. That's probably going to be about 5 grand. So her monthly fee just got paid for 10, 15 times over with just 3 calls out of 5. So, and that's since yesterday. And she would have normally, like, maybe those people would have left a voicemail, maybe not, but she's running local service ads, and 9 out of 10 of her 9 out of 10 of her calls are going to voicemail, and I know that at least a third of those are not leaving a voicemail. So she's spending $70 a call for letting people leave voicemail, and the bot handled 3 of them, so not bad. I mean, and I talked to her at networking this morning. She's like, I guess I just need to trust it and let it do its job. I'm like, yep, yes, you do. Just let it go. So it works.
Yeah, and I think with this particular product, like to get it out in front of people, it's a numbers game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like the more
You're
people
going to
you
have people like,
show.
I don't want AI. Screw that. I'll just answer my phone. Like, okay, well, you're not going to be in business very long because everybody else is going to be using it. They're going to take all the calls. So,
So can I talk about something slightly different here?
well, sure.
Because I'm trying to email. I've never done a big email person. I've tried it in the past and not gotten zero success. So I've been working like crazy the last month, building all these campaigns. I got about 40,000 people to send it all. I've got them all done. Can you guys give me a good strategy of how to start this and move through
Like
like a 10
cold
email
email or
stone cold?
okay.
Don't do it in high level.
Yeah, you don't well,
Okay, but now
okay,
I've talked
so
to high
you
level. I've talked to multiple people in high level, and they all swear that it works.
well,
Well,
so
it works, but you're gonna burn your domain and get marked as
yeah,
spam in
you
like a day.
with the problem with cold email, Kelly, is that you have to have like, and there's find Instantly on YouTube.
Yeah, I found
Instantly
it.
has a great YouTube channel for like the state of email and stuff like that.
Yep.
And they have one for how cold email is going to be in 2026. So basically, you have you can send about 20 to 30 emails a day on one account. So you
Right.
would have to have multiple domains and multiple accounts per domain. So that's that many high level accounts that you would need to email from. But what I would do if you're going to do it is Alfonso's here. There we go. Alfonso's the cold email guy. So you would use something. Alfonso, he's going to cringe here in a minute, but I know you use something like Inframail to set up multiple SMTPs that you could use through high level. But you also have to make sure those emails are warmed up. So they have to sit and cook for a couple of weeks
I know. That's what
before
I'm
you
doing.
can do anything with it. So
Yeah, and if you have
we'll let Alfonso
like
talk.
here, like I'm gonna ask Alfonso this, okay, realistically. Alfonso,
Yeah.
I have 40,000 emails that I want to send to people. Okay, 40,000 addresses. I've never sent cold email before. How much setup do I need to do and warm up before I can start sending emails?
2 weeks minimum, and you need
Minimum and what's maximum?
uh,
6 weeks?
within 4 weeks is max. You don't need more
Okay.
than that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kelly, the reason I ask that is it works if you know how to do it and you have all the back end and the admin. If you just expect to flip the switch and send 40,000 emails, you're going to get your email account suspended.
No,
Like,
I'm not. I'm not doing that.
yeah.
No, I know. I'm doing the whole warm up process with high level,
Yeah.
and now that's what they tell me. I can only do one account. I can only do one email account. I've got mg.mydomain.com, and
Yeah,
I
you
still
wouldn't
prefer,
you wouldn't ever use your domain ever. You would use like a throwaway domain. Like hey,
And you got to have a lot
like
of domains.
you got to have at least 20. If you're talking 40K, at least 20 to 30 domains you got to buy separately. Then you got to connect mailboxes to that. It's a process.
okay,
It's
so I already I have
and
to.
high level, what they say warm up is not warm up at all. It's completely the wrong characterization. What you see in the setup in high level is just a counter.
yeah, that
It's
you
not a warm
sent
up.
five, yeah,
It's
you
not a warm
sent
up.
this many emails. That's it.
That's it.
Something like Instantly does where it's like they have a huge library of emails and everybody's emailing everybody like, how was your day? Oh, I'm gonna come over and borrow a cup of sugar. And then like, oh yeah, did you watch the football game? So it's all these random emails that go out like normal emails that make the account look like a normal account, like a human is actually running it. And that's what the warm up is. So it automates that process where it's sending so many emails out a day, and then when it like initially when those emails go out, they may be hitting spam or the promo tab, but the warm up accounts actually are programmed to look into the promo tab or the spam tab and move them to the main inbox, so that then Google knows, oh, this is a real account, or this is, this email is actually okay, this email account's okay. And that's what warm up does.
Yeah, and
Now high levels warm up
even with
is
instantly, it's hit or
yeah,
miss.
yeah.
I mean, Gmail's gotten so sophisticated today.
It has.
Yeah. So I mean, like, there will always be somebody that says, "Oh, well, it works in HighLevel." I'm just going to tell you right now, like cold email and HighLevel don't work.
Well, you
And
have to
and
use a custom SMTP. You can't use the high level mail gun account.
well, that too, but even then, like for you to be able to like, turn it on, get it running, it's better to use somebody that build all that shit than try to, well, unless you're Pat and you want to build it all yourself.
Which I
You
pretty
know what
much
I
have.
mean?
I got it built.
Yeah.
I already got it built.
Yeah. But I mean, like if you had 1,000 emails, Kelly, that you wanted to send out, then I'd be like, okay, 40,
Well,
like you need to
again,
find a third party cold email service and hire them to do it, to be honest. If you try to set it up yourself and do it in HighLevel and you don't have all the domains that you need, you don't have all the mailboxes, you don't know how to rotate the mailboxes, you're not ready to dump a domain and switch to another one like that because they're gonna burn, then it's hard to do. It's
so I
hard to
mean,
do.
in the last 2 weeks or so, I've sent 2,500 emails, and I don't even have a 1%, um, unsubscribe rate. I'm not doing too bad. I don't think.
Are you getting responses?
No, because I'm. No, hold on. I tried to send them out without any links or
Mhm.
images.
Yep.
Just trying to get the door open. Okay, and then I'm going to start sending links.
Nope.
And,
You can send like the instantly's last video for 2026. They're like 2 emails. You get to send 2 emails. That's it, and each account gets to send like 20 to 30 emails a day.
Guarantee if you haven't
that's
gotten a reply, all 2,500 of them are sitting in a spam folder.
Very
It's
likely.
just
Correct.
it's pure numbers.
yeah.
Yeah, if you send out 2,500 to anything, you're going to get one reply,
okay,
but it's
and
not
I
an
sent them
email
out.
today. If you're sending out 2,500 emails, and especially if they're coming out of HighLevel, and you don't have like all like the right records and everything, I guarantee they're hitting spam. And especially if some of those emails you're sending to are Gmails, they're 100% hitting spam.
Yeah, you to get the
I mean, just
emails.
look at the numbers, the reply rate.
If you're not using workspace emails or Outlook admin emails, right, Alfonso, then you're really not going to get deliverability because you got to be able to buy like Outlook emails, especially Outlook admin emails, because those hit inbox like all the time.
Well, but the other thing too is like if the person you're sending it to is like Alfonso at Gmail, you can almost
Right.
bet that Gmail's looking at they're just pulling your stuff into spam. Gmail has gotten so good at detecting.
Yeah, there was an update 2 months ago. All Gmails crashed. This happened to Zoho Mail 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly this. So they caught them and they're trashing everything right now.
So
Yeah.
where do I go to figure out how to do all this?
Talk to Alfonso.
Yeah, we can talk later.
I mean, honestly, Kelly, I'm going to tell you something. To be honest, if you really wanted to work, you honestly would want to pay somebody to do it and that knows how to do it. And I'll tell you why. You can try to set it up all yourself, right? But all the questions that are going to pop up along the way, all right, are going to make it take so long for you to get where you got to get, right? And then if you don't set it up the right way and you send out, 2,000 emails and you realize one of your records is wrong, well, you're cooked. Then you got to start over. So if you pay somebody, whatever it costs, get a quote, tell them how many emails, and then how many mailboxes, and ask them how to do it, and get quotes to do it, and just be hands off. And then that way, you should be able to see. Like, I mean, if you're not getting a 1% reply rate, like, what's the point? If you send out 2,500 emails, you should have 25 replies by now, minimum. If the emails are any good, you should have 75 to 100 replies. You ain't got none. So
Well, we
I'm
only have
just
2.
telling you that
Yes.
that is telling you right now they're going to spam.
If you're not like you like because the problem is that so many people send so much junk and they use the high level servers as well, so you get a lot of bad, those the IPs are dirty, right? So you got to have you either got to have like your own dedicated IP, you got to have dedicated SMTPs, and then if you're not using some pretty heavy enrichment and some AI, like some really good AI prompting to write the emails. I mean, and you got to keep, the email's got to be no more than 100 words. It's got to have, like some kind of icebreaker that's unique to the contact, and then that way every email is going to go out and be unique, and then that way it should hit the inbox at once it's set up. Because if you send the same thing, all those, like, because you send out 2,500 emails, Google's gonna know, like, all these emails look the same and they're all coming from this one address, and so it's gonna automatically slap you. And then also, if you've got a ton of emails like Yahoo's and things, like, if you're not filtering out like the feedback loop emails, like anything from Yahoo, MSN, AOL, Earthlink,
Earthlink.
Dude, you would not believe how many people have AOL accounts. Still AOL.com. They're out there.
They
And
are.
Yahoo treats
I've seen the AOLs, but those Earthlinks, man,
dude,
they're
they're
rare.
Earthlink or like SBC Global.
Oh,
But
there's AT&T too.
yeah, AT&T.net, all those the feedback loop accounts are like, they treat you like you are immediately guilty until proven innocent. So like if you send an email to a Yahoo account, it will absolutely go to spam 100% of the time unless they go in and mark you okay. It's just the way that the way those email platforms work. So you take that 40,000 list and you peel out all that crap, and then you only have the stuff that you can verifiably send to. Like I use Reune is for a validator, and it will literally come back with a score and like it's safe to send, not safe to send. Just everything that's not safe to send, just throw it away.
Yeah,
Not worth
there's
it.
so
So you can
there's
scrape like
so much you
50,000.
have to
You
do
can
for this to
scrape
work.
50,000 emails, and you might get like 20 to 15,000 that are actually okay to send to. And it's all numbers. It's like this many, this many, this many, and then eventually, boop, you get this many replies. So
right.
there's so much set up. So
I just
It's
paused
funny
roll.
because I get, you know, in my like agency email account, which not a lot of people have, but I'll probably get 2 or 3 spam emails a week, right? And they're all the same. Hey, like, we're looking for agencies to partner with. You need VAs, you need this. None of them ever make it to my inbox. That's how good Gmail is. Not one of them. It's pretty
Yeah.
funny when I look and, even the people that are cool and don't send links or, phone numbers or whatever, just the Gmail's that good at filtering it. Guys, I
I
gotta
just
roll.
put I just put
Yep.
everything on pause. So
same here.
when do we get together, Alfonso? Let me know.
Just message me.
What?
Just send me a message and we'll
I
connect.
put you one in here,
Oh,
and
the-
the first email is wrong. I'll do the second one. I spelled my own name wrong.
Yep.
You
All
see
right,
him?
guys. We'll
You see
see
him,
you
Alfonso?
in a bit.
uh, I don't. Well, I'll reach out to you. Let me see. I don't see it.
It's in the chat to you, just
Oh,
specifically.
okay. Oh, I see. It's private chat. Got it. I see it.
Hey
I got it.
Pat,
Yeah.
when we getting together?
Oh, for your what? Your
Yeah,
okay. All right. Hit me up tomorrow.
tomorrow. Okay.
I should be around. I don't think I have a lot going on. The only thing I got to do is I got to stay up till midnight so I can order my new 3D printer on launch day. So
You don't
that's
want to
it.
do it now, do you?
God no, it's 8:45.
I
And
have
look,
like
I'm empty. This is not good.
My calendar is literally no openings tomorrow.
Okay. Like I got Thursday. I got some stuff on Thursday.
Okay,
but
Thursday.
or
Okay, Pat.
Friday. I mean, we can set this up. So, we need to
Okay.
get you on. We need to get you on your own innate inbox. It's super simple.
Okay.
Crazy simple.
I can be taught.
Really? All right. We'll see.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Bye. See you guys.